JJ, I think we saw how the players kind of felt about Austin, that kind of mobbing him right on the court after that performance. But what stood out the most to you, and what have you gotten to know about Austin that kind of makes that a moment for you? Or what did you recognize out of that?
He was fantastic. Did a little bit of everything for us tonight, all over the place. Scored the basketball at an incredible level, but just his tenacity to compete. It's so apparent every single day he's in the gym. He just loves competition. He thrives on competition. We talked about it a little bit towards the end of last season, and then right after the regular season. This is a small town kid from Arkansas who went undrafted, who last year averaged a 20 ball in the NBA, and just had a 50 ball. These moments are incredible for him. I think his teammates see that. I know as a coaching staff, we see that. He just lives in the moment, and he's ready for every single moment that comes. And it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be around him every day.
Just what kind of energy and uplift does that give a group, especially with the guys that you're missing and that you can carry here for?
I thought it was all our guys. I mean, the big challenge before the game was just playing with our edge. We finally. I was like waiting for it in the preseason. Didn't feel like we had it against Golden State. Didn't start with it against Minnesota. I thought we had it all night tonight. They have a ton of offensive weapons. They can score the basketball. Our resolve, our tenacity on the glass. When we were getting hurt, we had 3-4 guys trying to sandwich rebound on Sabonis. They're a tough team to compete against, and I just thought our guys brought an edge, and it wasn't just Austin leading that. DA was great, Vando, smart, Gabe before he got hurt, all those guys. And then Jake and Rui just hit some big shots for us in that fourth quarter.
JJ, we got a glimpse of your post-game speech. That's your favorite thing when we get to see it after game 2. And it was something along the lines of, this is a reference point that we can look back at. Considering Luka being out, Gabe having to leave the game, did you earn another reference point tonight, and what can you point to?
Well, I do think for this group, it's important to know that you can win a basketball game without those two guys. Our group last year knew that because we did it, and AR had some huge games for us offensively. We nearly beat Denver on the road without those guys. So the guys that were on the team last year, I think, believed already, but it's important for us as a group to understand that we have enough good basketball players to win games when two of our best players are out.
Coach, I only have one question. DeAndre Ayton, 22 points, 15 rebounds, really controlled the boards under there. Didn't have to deal with DeMontis tonight. What do you think about his play tonight? He's been looking really good for you guys.
Yeah, he just keeps getting better every single day that he's with this group. I thought the pick and roll stuff was really good tonight. His pocket decision making was really good. Love seeing him get 15 rebounds, but I think offensively that was his best night.
How did you feel like the team? You mentioned it wasn't just Austin, but how did you feel like the team used maybe Sacramento's more aggressive defensive schemes on Austin late in the game? I think it was Jake, Rui, and DeAndre all were able to score off of that late.
Yeah, we were ready for it. We were ready for it. Something, we show on film, we do breakdowns. We've worked on it a ton over the last 10 days. Typically, we're doing it to get ready for teams blitzing Luka. So, once we saw, the initial one, they actually didn't blitz. He was up to blitz, and then DA kind of slipped out of there, and he got a little bit in no man's land. So coming out of that next time out, we were ready for it. And, I thought the guys did a great job of execution all night long, particularly, in the fourth quarter. Off of the blitzes, drew up an ATO for Jake to get that layup. That was another great example of our execution. And it's 2 games in a row offensively for us that we've played high-level basketball. Still got some things to work through right now, particularly if Gabe is going to be out, with just ball handling. I mean, it's asking a lot of AR to be the sole ball handler the whole game and get pressured full court and have to offensively create. So it's just something we'll have to figure out with our rotation in the short term.
JJ, just follow up on that. What do you know about?
Stepping up, especially without
4 rotational players, but Austin Reaves, the night belongs to him. A career-high 51 points. By the way, a career-high 21 of 22 from the free throw line as well. Let's go right back.
It sure was, Geeter. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing to see the making of something. Like, they're baking a good team here. Without Luka, without LeBron, you can tell that these guys are connected. I mean, Austin, amazing. I mean, on 22 shots to do what he did tonight and miss a triple-double by 1 assist was just a great leadership. Great leadership. And then the rest of the guys, Rui 7 for 10, very efficient. You know, they didn't waste a lot of shots. You know, 8 and 10 of 17. And I think, you know, Jake coming in, the bench, I think tonight they got over 20 points, I think. It was a really good collective effort led by, led by Austin. Malik Monk came in, Westbrook, they had their way for a little while, but then they clamped down again defensively. And I think they kept that in mind, defending, not turning the ball over in crucial situations. It was just a nice collective effort of what they did tonight. And just hats off and one little word to clap there. Oh, you want another one?
Music. Well done.
Okay, send them in.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I mean, we'll get into, the numbers and highlights and specific plays. The stat lines for a few guys are great to look at, but what comes to mind for me is I feel like in recent years, these are the types of games throughout the course of the regular season that forced the team to have to play catch-up in February and March and ended up in the play-in instead of playoffs. And, you saw a team last year win 50 games, end up with the 3rd spot. That's how you start to build some playoff and postseason success. It's like building out, protecting home court, having home court advantage in the first round, second round, all the way through if you can. But this is more about mindset than physical performance. And so for a veteran team to care enough about the game tonight, to figure out a way to win this one, it just says, to James's point, a lot about who they are and where they want to go. And this is going to pay off later in the season to get this win tonight.
Guys, we'll start with Austin Reaves. He was 1 assist shy of doing something that is very rare in this league and only a few guys have done. He had a career high 51. He had 11 rebounds and 9 assists. He's the 8th Laker to go for 50 and 10 in a game, a double-double with the rebounds. Only 2 turnovers, to me, was one of the most impressive stats. And he got those 2 turnovers, big game, as he mentioned to Mike Trudell, in the first 6 minutes. The usage, the ball in his hands, that to me is an incredible stat. But what a performance. Hats off to Austin. He carried the day for sure.
He sure did. And, as you take a look at the most games with 50-plus points and 10 rebounds, he joins a list that an undrafted player probably never thinks he's going to be on.
That's a good point.
But he's there, and it's just credit to his hard work. And it's also credit to what he did this offseason. He got to work this offseason on his body, on his mind.